was smart, and I've never been accused of that, I'd sit right back down right this minute and just quit while I'm ahead. My good friend Fran told me I shouldn't prepare any remarks for this evening. She said you should just speak extemporaneously because that's when you're at your best. My club said, just make believe it's Happy Dollars, Jim, and just do what you do during Happy Dollars. And I thought about it last night sitting in my chair. I thought I really ought to put a few thoughts down because I might forget something in the emotion of the evening. This was before I got the biggest surprise when I walked down that stairway tonight. My family is not supposed to be here. Friends that are here are not supposed to be here. And so, while I should really throw these remarks in the garbage because half of you are not even reflected on in these minutes, I'm going to use them anyway. And those of you who came as a surprise, too bad.
I think I was directed at us.
I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to try not to keep you here any longer. I was told, Jim, this is your night. You can speak as long as you want. But I won't do that. There are so many people here. I really don't even know where to begin, and I can't. Because so many people here represent so many different facets of my life, from family and beyond family. How about that grand entrance? The daughter that I never wanted, where is she? Gracie, Sharon. That was her doing. And she was also going to play Hail to the Chief. And I absolutely told her not. But knowing Sharon Gracie Chambers Smith, the former principal of the Rosa Parks High School for the Performing Arts in Patterson, that's exactly the kind of production I'd expect from her. Over the top. And she has harassed me and haunted me for weeks now. And now I find, when I come here tonight, she and her band of conspirators kept all kinds of surprises from me. So I'm really kind of befuddled. But anyway, she started by having Debbie, our community service chair, as my jailer upstairs, to make sure that I stayed put and didn't go near the window to see anyone arriving outside of the portico. She told me she was going to have a carafe of my favorite wine up there below. Thank God she didn't, because then she expected me to walk down the staircase. She then had our past president, Sandra Galvin, an attorney, meet me halfway up. And I didn't know if that was like to protect the club, like if I tumbled down the stairs, you shouldn't get sued. So she made sure, Sandra made sure I came down and got to my table. Very good, Gracie. Sharon. I want to thank President Sammy, because I know that you are the initiator or the inspirator or what have you behind this whole thing happening tonight. To Jack Castellanos, the chair, to Gracie, to Debbie, to Raven, to Edwin, to my good friend Fran, all of whom, and I'm sure others, and if I've left you out, it's because there were too many secrets kept from me. But those of you who worked on this event for this evening, I thank you and I send you my love. I want to thank especially the Honorable former Mayor, Pat Kramer. Where'd you go?
I always am behind you,
When I came to Patterson on May 1st, 1970, Pat was my mayor. He became an ardent and voracious Boys Club supporter. And please, before I get in trouble with the Boys and Girls Club table over here, and Tony Acapella and Pete Thornton and Gene Bailey from Boys Clubs of America, who's here tonight, my reference for most of his remarks will be the Boys Club of Patterson, because when I came, it was just the Boys Club of Patterson. It was many years later when Boys Clubs of America and Girls Clubs of America merged and became Boys and Girls Clubs. That might have been around 1987, I'm not sure. Gene?
1990 is when they officially changed it.
Okay. All right, here we go. So if I say Boys Club, don't be offended. But anyway, Pat was the mayor, an ardent supporter for this young 30-year-old who came here to take over this club that all of my professional colleagues told me, biggest mistake of your life. Do not go there. The club is going to collapse, it's going out of business, and you'll have no job. 43 years later, I and the Boys and Girls Club are still here. So much for the advice of my friends and all. However, the relationship with Pat has gone from being the mayor and the chief executive of the city and an ardent supporter behind the Boys Club and behind this young executive who was trying to pull this thing all together to a dear, trusted, valued, and respected friend. And I was thrilled when I heard that he was going to MC this evening. I confess to being a most unwilling recipient for this evening. I begged my club to find someone else. I did. And I even suggested some names who might be more appropriate for this evening. They weren't hearing it, but I was doing my best to convince them. But I said unwilling, I didn't say ungrateful. So I am extremely grateful for what the club has tried to do this evening and for all of you who made the time and the effort to be here to celebrate this evening. I guess I kind of got turned around and became more positive when I was told that I could name the recipient, the beneficiary of any funds that are raised this evening. And so, while I have a lot of passions, and Rotary and Gift of Life and what have you, it seemed appropriate that it should be the Boys and Girls Club. Because without the Boys and Girls Club, Jim Castellanos would not be here. So I thought that whatever money we managed to raise this evening should go to support the organization that brought me here. So basically, it's my fault you're all here. I gave you up. I had to share names and email addresses and phone numbers and relationships and photos. But despite all of that, I did it because I thought that those of you who would choose to come would understand why I did it. I received many cards and phone calls and emails and even some text messages. I'm really very techie. From folks who couldn't be here this evening, and I appreciated that. But I hope that you forgive me for giving you up, so that you could be here tonight, so that the Boys and Girls Club, one of my very first passions of 43 years ago, could benefit from it. Can I get that? I still haven't recovered from this, all these surprises. Some people were supposed to be at volleyball games, and other people had broken arms and legs who wouldn't be here tonight, and everybody had some reason why they weren't going to be here, and then they were all here. The facets of my life tonight are represented by the Flatbush Boys Club, right here at this table, George and George Stomley. So happy to have them here with their wives, Ray and Christine. The South Queens Boys Club, represented by the Godkin children and Kathy Godkin, right here at this table. The Bronx Boys Club, represented by that audio from Joe Leo and Orlando Rayo, right there. And, oops, the Bronx Boys Club.
Gene.
Bailey, one of our Boys Club boys, one of my Boys Club boys at the Bronx Boys Club, and now he works for the national organization. The Patterson Boys Club, well, I mean, there's like all kinds of people here. And I'd like the Patterson Boys Club, Girls Club table to stand up, please, so everybody can see you. Phenomenal job. They've taken the Boys Club. Peter and his crew have taken it well above and beyond anything that we dreamed about back in the early 70s. Right, Bill Van Giesen and Alice Van Giesen? I hired those two right out of William Patterson College. And remember, Bill, I hired her first.
I know, she
That's the
never lets
story.
me forget it.
Right. Two good friends of mine, husband and wife, hired them both. She was the education director, he was the group club director. She always said I only hired him to get her. That is not how we talk.